50 Must-Know Idioms, Part 2. Better late than never. It is better for something to happen late than not to happen at all. I know I'm late to the party, but better late than never, right? Get out of hand. A situation is becoming chaotic or uncontrollable. The argument started to get out of hand, and soon everyone was shouting. Make a long story short. To summarize a lengthy explanation or story. To make a long story short, we missed the train and had to find another way to get there. Pull yourself together. To get control of your emotions or actions after being very upset. Stop crying and pull yourself together. That's the last straw. A situation has reached a point where it can no longer be tolerated. When he forgot our anniversary for the third time, that was the last straw. To compare apples with oranges. Used to say that two things are completely different, and it is not sensible to compare them. You're comparing apples with oranges. They are two very different jobs with very different types of stress. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Advises against relying on something that hasn't happened yet. She already planned her vacation with the expected bonus, but her manager reminded her not to count her chickens before they hatch. Ignorance is bliss. Said to emphasize that sometimes it is better for you if you do not know all the facts about a situation. Before I found out about the company's financial troubles, I was happy. Ignorance is bliss. On thin ice. Being in a risky or dangerous situation. He's on thin ice after repeatedly arriving late to work. Save money for a rainy day. Setting aside resources or money for future difficulties or unforeseen circumstances. Luckily, she had saved some money for a rainy day. Take a rain check. Politely declining an invitation, but expressing interest in rescheduling. Mind if I take a rain check on that drink? I have to work late tonight. The elephant in the room. An obvious problem or issue that everyone is ignoring. The declining sales were the elephant in the room during the business meeting that no one wanted to address. Curiosity killed the cat. Being too curious about something can lead to trouble or danger. I wouldn't ask too many questions about his past. You know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. It takes two to tango. Both parties involved in a situation are responsible for the outcome. The argument was not just his fault. It takes two to tango, and they both contributed to the disagreement. Time is money. Time should be used efficiently, because it has value similar to money. Let's get this meeting started. Time is money. When it rains, it pours. Problems or difficulties tend to come all at once. First, I lost my job and then my car broke down. When it rains, it pours. Ring a bell. To sound familiar or to trigger a memory. The name doesn't ring a bell. I don't think we've met before. Rule of thumb. A practical and approximate guideline. As a rule of thumb, you should save at least 10% of your income for emergencies. Have a sweet tooth. A strong liking for sweet foods. I can't resist desserts. I have a sweet tooth. Calm before the storm. A peaceful period before a period of difficulty or disturbance. This is the calm before the storm. The dinner rush will turn this place into a madhouse. Snowed under. Overwhelmed or buried with a lot of work or tasks. I'm sorry, I can't join you for lunch today. I'm completely snowed under with work. Go with the flow. To adapt to the current situation or circumstances. I don't have a specific plan. I'll just go with the flow and see what happens. Once in a blue moon. Something that happens very rarely. My sister lives in Japan, so I only see her once in a blue moon. Bury your head in the sand. Ignoring or avoiding a problem instead of facing it. You can't just bury your head in the sand. You need to address the issues in your relationship. Don't run before you can walk. Don't try to do something advanced or difficult before mastering the basics. You need to learn the basics of coding first. Don't run before you can walk. Follow in someone's footsteps. To do the same thing as someone else did previously, especially as a job. She decided to follow in her mother's footsteps and pursue a career in medicine. Get up on the wrong side of the bed. Waking up in a bad mood or starting the day in an irritable manner. I don't know what's wrong with him today. It seems like he got up on the wrong side of the bed. It's not rocket science. Used to say that something is not difficult to do or to understand. It is not rocket science, just give it a try. Miss the boat. To miss an opportunity. I missed the boat on investing in that company. Now the stocks have skyrocketed. No-brainer. A decision or choice that is very easy to make. Choosing the cheaper option was a no-brainer. It offered the same features at a lower cost. Hit the nail on the head. To describe exactly what is causing a situation or problem. You really hit the nail on the head with your analysis of the situation. The early bird catches the worm. Being early leads to success. Waking up early has its benefits. The early bird catches the worm. Throw in the towel. To give up or surrender. Don't throw in the towel just because you faced a setback. Keep trying. Break a leg. Used for wishing someone good luck, especially before a performance. I hope you break a leg in your performance tonight. Cost an arm and a leg. Very expensive. The new smartphone may be impressive, but it costs an arm and a leg. Chalk and cheese. Very different from each other. The two sisters are like chalk and cheese. They have completely different personalities. A sight for sore eyes. A pleasing or comforting thing to see. After a long trip, the cozy hotel room was a sight for sore eyes. The icing on the cake. Something that makes a good situation even better. Sarah really wanted that job, so she said the signing bonus was really just icing on the cake. Take the bull by the horns. To face a problem directly. It's time to take the bull by the horns and go find a job. Born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. Born into a wealthy or privileged family. Despite being born with a silver spoon in her mouth, she dedicated herself to charitable work and helping those in need. Off the top of my head. Without careful thought or planning, spontaneously. I can't recall the exact numbers off the top of my head, but I can look them up for you. To smell a rat. To sense that something is wrong or suspicious. When the deal seemed too good to be true, I started to smell a rat. Not be the sharpest tool in the shed. Not very intelligent or capable. Although he's a nice guy, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Facing a dilemma with no easy solution. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Both options seem equally difficult. Give someone an inch, and they'll take a mile. If you give someone a small amount, they'll want more. I let her borrow my pen once, and now she wants to borrow my laptop. Give someone an inch and they'll take a mile. Do something by the book. To do something strictly according to the rules or procedures. Follow the instructions precisely. Let's do this by the book. My hands are tied. To be unable to act or make a decision due to external constraints. I'd like to help, but my hands are tied in this situation. Be on the same wavelength. To share similar thoughts or understanding. We always understand each other. We're on the same wavelength. That's not on. That is not acceptable or not allowed. His behavior at the meeting was inappropriate. That's not on. Keep your wig on. Used to tell someone to stay calm or not to get upset. I know you're anxious about the presentation, but keep your wig on. You've prepared well and you'll do great. Thanks for watching.